one more thing I want to talk about is balling with Barber.
Yeah.
You know, you have trained and, done skills and player development with a lot of players, not only your players you've coached, but players from the entire Birmingham metro area, like Jaylyn Sherrod, who
Yeah.
won a WNBA championship last season with the New York Liberty, Sarah Ashlee Barker, who was the number 9 pick in the WNBA draft this year. Also, is it Trey Jemison
Trey Jemison
with the Lakers?
with the Lakers, Jordan Swing, uh, it's countless. And those are the pros. You can talk
Mm-hmm.
about the overseas guys, the high school girls. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So I remember balling with Bob back when I was in middle school, but you didn't have the official business. So what made you want to go ahead and start the business and just really get into player development?
Yeah, so funny story, I was coaching AAU like we talked about, we coaching AAU all those years. And at the time I was married and I had a newborn. She was like 2 or 3 years old. And so we were on the road so much with AAU. And basically I just needed to come off the road and be a father. And so I was just like what can I do? Because I just loved coaching at that time once I started and training. And so we were out in the state and we was in California and I was, talking to my ex-wife and I was like, man, like I got to do something. And so we were on the plane and I was reading a book by Dennis Kimbrough called What Makes the Great Great. And I seen some things that he had listed and I was like, I felt like I fell up under all of those categories. So I was like, man, you know what? I just had a vision. I don't know if it was from God or what. It was just like balling with Barber. And I'm like, balling with Barber. And so I was like, you always come to practice early. You train your players. You stay late. You train your players. Maybe you need to branch out and train other players. And now you're still at home, with your youngest daughter. And so from there, we were on a plane. I got back home and I was like, you know what? You got to make money. I mean, you got to spend money to make money. And so I was like, man, I'm going to go ahead and get me 150 shirts. And I had the Ball of Barber logo design that I did on my own. And I just went to some of my former players, Breon, Sharon, and everybody. And I was like, I'm going to get them these shirts. I said, they were like, what's going on? I said, y'all going to be my walking billboards. And it was like, what do you mean? And I was just like, if anybody asks y'all anything, who y'all train with, just tell them, look at the back of y'all shirts. And so I started from there. I think it was summer '09. And so from there, it just took off. And then players started acquiring. And then I said, you know what? I think I was, again, I don't got to say that no more to my horn, but I started a website. I said, let me give me a YouTube channel. I just had a vision. Like, let me just do this and do this. And so from there, and it took off. And once I started making those videos, people saw me training with my girls and my guys. And then it took off from there.